welcome to another Keelhauled podcast. I'm your host, CaptainLogun, and we've got a lot of Sea of Thieves news to cover today, so tie yourselves to the mast and hold fast. Ahoy there, pirates. I hope you had yourselves a good week and a good weekend. I know I did. This week, the Creator Cruise went live, and I'm going to be talking all about it, as well as what to expect with TwitchCon and some of the Twitch drops that we got this last week. I hope you had a good international Talk Like a Pirate Day, matey. Here we go with a Keelhauled podcast. Arr! I hope you're doing well this fine day. For today's docket, we have our first Creators Crew announcement. As a member of the Creators Crew, you'll be able to earn rewards for completing streaming challenges. There's a full set of assets that you can download too if you'd like to add some pirate flair to your stream. Unlock exclusive in-game rewards by streaming the game, including an eye-catching creator sale, together with gold, doubloons, and exclusive player titles. You can start earning these rewards in just a few minutes, so jump in. So, how's it going, everyone? I hope you guys had a good week. I enjoyed mine, and like I mentioned, Creator Cruise is now live. So what does that mean for everyone? Well, if you want to earn gold, if you want to earn doubloons, if you want to earn titles, stuff like that, it's easier than ever to jump onto Sea of Thieves' website, link your Mixer or Twitch accounts. Right now you can link your YouTube account, but they don't have the API functionality to be able to attach the stream that you do from YouTube to be able to give you credit towards those commendations. As always with all of these accounts, it's always free to set these up. So if you want to get started, it's easier than ever. And by heading over to Sea of Thieves website, there's plenty of new videos set up from some of the different creators. So creators like Pace22, who's the content creator this week, who's being spotlight for the Creator Cruise. There's a bunch of videos that are available from him that help kind of give people, let me see if I can find it real quick, give people an opportunity to figure out how to actually get streaming, how to turn off your UI if you want to get a good photo, or to optimize your audio from the game so that people can actually hear you. There's also good ways for how to stream using Twitch, thanks to Pace22's video. So if you guys are interested in it, definitely make sure to head over to seaofthieves.com/creator-crew and start looking at some of that information now. This is going to be something that I think Sea of Thieves is going to help kind of showcase some of the different streamers and content creators at the start of the Creator Cruise process. I know that I've already linked up my account. I've already streamed a little bit the time that I had last week, so I was able to get my sales, and I've been watching a ton of friends jump onto Sea of Thieves to start streaming while I do other stuff throughout the evenings. And if you're looking to do this, you're going to get gold, you're going to get doubloons. It's an easy way to do it, and you might actually find that you enjoy it. So, again, seaofthieves.com/creator-crew. There's a bunch of gold rewards, doubloons, all that good jazz that you guys can get in there and get going with the actual stuff. The tutorials, I think, are the best, but the one thing that I did notice from the forums that you get access to when you become a content creator is that they are running a contest on who can create a YouTube video using explosions. And this is just kind of a fun thing that you're doing. I'm probably not going to partake in it just because I'm not a huge fan of editing videos. If any of you have ever watched any of my YouTube videos that aren't just straight ports from YouTube, I'm just lazy like that. That's why I like doing podcasts, because I can sit here and just talk to you, and it's a lot easier for me to edit audio than it is for me to edit video in that instance. So head over to the forums once you become a creator, and make sure that you get in there and start talking with other creators to start getting ideas or help to be able to figure out like what you can do to improve your stream or your videos or any of that good jazz, and use it as a support tool for you. Really happy to see this starting. I can't wait to find out when they are going to start implementing different types of creators and how they can start getting access to the rewards in game that the streamers have access to right now. And this all just kind of leads up to TwitchCon, which is going to feature a group of creator crews as like a meet and greet session. So this is actually one thing that I'm really happy to see. They're going to be doing different creators that are out right now. I know Gullible Gambit's going to be in there, in Nerd Netty, I think, as well too. There's a bunch of them, and I'm really happy that they get a chance to kind of show off their being Sea of Thieves pirates. It's really kind of cool. So if you do happen to be going over to TwitchCon over in San Diego next weekend, you can head over to the different booths, or the booth that they have there, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. and from 2 to 3 p.m. That's Pacific Coast time on Friday or Saturday, to get a signed image from one of the content creators and a code for the Midnight Blunderbuss. And a lot of people saw that they're giving away the Blunderbuss code, and a lot of people want that. It's something that was only available when Sea of Thieves was first launched a year ago, when they had the special Sea of Thieves 2 terabyte SSD drive for your Xbox or for your PC. You had to buy that, and inside that you got a code for the Midnight Blunderbuss. This is the first time the Blunderbuss has been made available since about a year and a half ago. So if that's something that you're interested in and you happen to be down in San Diego, this will be the only way that they are going to be giving away the Midnight Blunderbuss code for now. Something that I think is definitely set the precedent in the past is receiving codes or ways to get the Midnight pistol, what did they call it? Gosh, the Obsidian, Onyx pistol? See, it's been so long I can't even remember what it is, but it's the same one as the Mercenary that has the iron sight, the one that was so coveted for so long. And I would imagine that at some point we will probably be getting the Midnight Blunderbuss code available through either Twitch drops or some other means. And while I'm on the topic, Twitch drops. Yeah, so that's a thing. Hopefully, if you guys were watching on International Talk Like a Pirate Day, they had the Rare Devs weekly stream. Now, it was featuring Falcor, and I haven't talked to Falcor that much lately because I've been busy with a bunch of other games as well as work and doing my own content stuff. But kudos to him. He got a huge boost out of that stream, even with some of the technical difficulties that they ran into during that weekly stream. There was a mishap that happened that isn't really worth getting into, but needless to say, hopefully everyone is kind of like calmed down since that happened. But the thing that was kind of cool about that stream was that it was during International Talk Like a Pirate Day, and most of us enjoyed it. I know I was repping Sea of Thieves hard that day. And if you watched any of the featured streamers that they had a list of on their website during that day, if you watched for 30 minutes, and that could have been broken up between different streamers as well too. It didn't have to be throughout every single or any one particular streamer. So I know I watched Kiterath and Foxdie for my credit. And if you did that, then you got access to the Obsidian Cannons, part of the new set of Obsidian liveries that have not been released yet. The cannons are the first of the 3 pieces left for the livery set. Obviously, I'm talking about the capstan, the cannons, and the wheels. The Obsidian liveries, I can't even remember how we got those now that I think about it. I want to say, no, we got the Halo stuff for E3. How did we get the... Oh... I think I remember how. I'm pretty sure we got the Onyx liveries from a Mixer Loot drop that came later or earlier on. I want to say it was around Anniversary Update. Gosh, my memory's failing me. But if you have those liveries, rest assured that the Obsidian Cannon, the capstan, and the wheel will eventually be released. The cannon first off with the loot drops. So if you want to get these, you have to connect your Twitch account to your Sea of Thieves account. So the website's going to be in the show notes for future drops in case they start doing that again. And I don't know if they are promoting this. I would imagine they're promoting this on all of their social media sites. So if you're looking to find out when they're doing this, definitely make sure you follow Rare Ltd on Instagram. Make sure you follow the Facebook page. You're jumping into their Discord server, as well as Twitter. And if you frequent Reddit, I'm sure someone will retweet or not retweet. I'm thinking Twitter too much. I'm sure someone will post it up on Reddit for everyone to kind of keep an eye out for that, or just listen to the podcast when they announce it ahead of time, because unfortunately, with stuff like this and only doing a show once a week, I really only get to talk about this stuff in retrospect. It's kind of a bummer when they plan to do stuff like this and I don't have any knowledge of it, so I can't actually prep anyone about it. So I couldn't have last week mentioned, hey, by the way, tune in on Thursday to be able to get your Obsidian cannons for International Talk Like a Pirate Day. In fact, I had to resort to using Discord as the way of notifying people. Thankfully, Sea of Thieves' own Discord has the ability to follow news. So if you have your own Discord server and you want to be able to get notified without relying on someone else's, you can actually build a channel and follow the announcements from Sea of Thieves Discord and have those linked to yours. So you actually get those notifications when they go live in their Discord, and it just gets pushed to yours. You can always join mine as well too. A lot of people have been joining up lately, a lot of new faces in the Discord server. It's great to have a lot of new people in the actual crew as well. Make sure that you do that if you want to have some friends to play with, because I think this game is at its best when you're actually playing with other people. And in fact, I think I've noticed a lot more people joining up for the adventure side of it since they started doing these monthly updates. And I haven't seen as many people playing in the arena as often. Speaking of arena, I wanted to reach out to you guys and ask if there is anyone that listens to the show who is on Xbox and has the preference to only play with other Xbox players in arena. And the reason why I'm asking if anyone has done this is because I'd love to hear some feedback about this. I'd love to know what your experience has been like. Have you noticed that you're only playing against other crews? Have you noticed that you've done better against only Xbox only other crews? Have you run into an instance where you've been thrown into a match with the knowledge that it's going to be mixed with PC and Xbox, and what was that experience like? Again, I don't have an Xbox, so this is really hard for me to test out and to be able to get information for people. So I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to bring up. Oh, yes. So next item on the docket, the Insiders. With the Obsidian Cannons being released, we found out that they, which I believe is much like the Mercenary set, have the fluted cannons where the end of the cannon is kind of splayed out so that it's kind of wider at the tip than it is towards the base, giving you an odd way of trying to understand what the proper arc for the cannon will be. And if you frequent the Insiders every week, you make sure that you're getting your hour in so that you can progress down the amount of treasure and silver blade cosmetics. Then the people that have been doing this have found out that the rewards have started to include more parts of the silver blade liveries. So most of us have kind of worked on it to the point where we've gotten the hull and the sails and the figurehead. Some of us have even gotten up to the point where we've gotten the flag. And now it's been revealed that the cannons are going to be part of that set available as well. So if you've been playing it for every week and gotten your hour in, then you should be able to gain access to the Silver Blade Cannon cosmetics. And the reason I brought up the Obsidian and the Mercenary set is because apparently they are white cannons that are the fluted ends as well. So I'm not a big fan of these. If you can kind of read between the lines, I kind of wish that they weren't, because again, I feel like it's a hard way, or it's a hard thing to be able to judge your angle when you're trying to fire these. And it would be a lot easier if they had kind of the same barrel than some of the standard cannons. In fact, I kind of prefer some of the bear cannons just because of how much easier it is to use those in combat. And as weird as it sounds, it reminds me of watching StarCraft 2 pros playing with the lowest settings available, because the refresh rate's quicker, the frames per second is faster, and you don't have to guess around the cosmetic about how your angle is. You can clearly tell based on experience what it was like, because we didn't always have these cosmetics kind of accentuating the look of them, but in turn hampering your accuracy, or at least my accuracy. But that's for a whole different thing. Talking about the game. Actually, you know what? Sorry, I've been talking for a while. Let's take a break. Next up on today's docket, let's talk about the Golden Joystick Awards. The nominations have been set, and we have the ability to vote. So, what can you do to help support Sea of Thieves? Well, thanks to the Sea of Thieves anniversary update, it has been on the shortlist for the best game expansion in the Golden Joystick nominations. They stated that it's a great entry point for new pirates, but above all, a celebration of one of the game's loveliest communities. And all I can say is thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. This is going to be the 37th Golden Joystick Awards, and the voting is now open. I'm going to have a link in the show notes, so make sure that you go on. Take a look at all of the other competitors and snark at them, or laugh at their, laugh at them for their attempts to try and beat out Sea of Thieves for the best expansion, because clearly we all know that the best expansion was for Sea of Thieves with the anniversary update. So again, go vote for Sea of Thieves. This is me saying it, I'm not paid to do this, but yeah, go do it, guys. Go do it. It's good. It's good for the community, and they love us. So why not? And other than that, there's not a whole lot going on with Sea of Thieves, right? Oh no, before I jump into anything else, I do have a couple other things that I wanted to bring up. The next thing is kind of a bummer, if I'm going to be honest. And I wasn't expecting this, and I was pretty disappointed when I found out about it, because ironically, I'd actually known about it, but it had totally slipped my mind with the content update that we got this month, plus a bunch of other things going on. But this last Friday was Emma Bridals' last day. She has been the engagement manager for the Rare community team for 2013, and it's a bummer that she's leaving the company. I know that whatever she plans to do is going to be awesome, and I'm glad that she's deciding to take a change up in her life to do something else, to get some experience doing some other things, and hopefully find a position somewhere where she still feels as engaged as she did when she was with the Rare team. I wish her nothing but the best, and good health to her. And I'm kind of bummed, because when this game was coming out, when this game was in its infancy, for me to come across it, I dove hard, I dove headfirst into all of the different Sea of Thieves podcasts that they had put up, all of the different videos that they had put out, and I got to know Emma from her perspective as far as what she was doing based on all of that content. And I got a really good idea of how much she cared about the Sea of Thieves game as a whole, and how much she wanted the community content to really kind of to thrive. She wanted the community to be healthy and positive, and she's done a great job helping to support that. And there's always going to be people out there that are haters. There's always going to be people out there that feel slighted by Rare or by Sea of Thieves, or just in general. There's something that happened to them that really soured their experience. But I do have to say that it is a testament to our community that Emma has kind of helmed the community engagement for so long, and it's been a true pleasure. The few instances that I've gotten to talk with her, she's always been super nice and always been very helpful, even sending me stupid stuff like gifs of John doing silly piratey things for in costume at Rare. So thank you, Emma, if you're listening to this, or if someone at Rare is listening to this and wants to get a hold of her. I've already messaged on her Twitter announcement that she was leaving, that I'm gonna miss her, and I'm hoping that whoever decides to take over her role is just as in love with the game as she is, and has a good time with it. So Emma, Bridal, Mini Squish, thank you so much for everything you've done, and cheers to you for your future endeavors. That's it for news, folks. Let's go on to the next topic. Next up on today's docket, I just wanted to touch a little bit on the update that we are now currently running. So hopefully all of you have gotten a chance to get most of your commendations done, and you're enjoying the time with the rag and bone crates. A lot of people have been having some trouble with some of the C posts on the outer skirts, that they haven't been able to get those procced. So I wanted to offer a little bit of advice to hopefully help you, that you won't have too much trouble getting those spawns. Now bear in mind, these are all kind of random, so it's going to be tough to get the ones that you need, in particular things like the Devil's Roar C posts. So what you need to do is use the C post to C post voyage. And you're going to drop those wherever you want, and hope that wherever you go, the crates that you pick up will take you to some of the Devil's Roar C posts. My recommendation are using the ones like Steven Spoils or Three Paces, or the Wild Treasure Store. Some of the ones that are closer towards the actual east side of the map, so that it's a little less likely that they'll spawn somewhere to the west. But it's going to be tough, folks. Honestly, it's going to be a hard one to try and get ones that are specific. Thankfully, the voyages are all free. So if you're worried about, the amount of gold that you have to spend on them or doubloons, don't worry about that, because obviously they're free now. The thing that's going to be the toughest is when you drop one, you don't actually know where it's going to actually show up until you get out to the actual C post and grab the crates and then read to see where they're actually going to be going. I have had a moderate amount of success with doing the graveyard ones, the Reaper's Grave voyages. I don't know why I keep saying graveyard, but the Reaper's Grave voyages, I've been able to pick up most of those and deliver them on time, and I haven't had any luck actually sinking anyone as of late. But I do have to say that I had a really good voyage with some buddies of mine the other night. We jumped on a galleon and we were sailing around just kind of killing people, picking up treasure where we could. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the storage crates. The storage crates, I think, are probably my favorite feature in this update, because when they said it was a barrel that you get to carry around, I wasn't quite sure what the limits of those were going to be. I found out fairly quickly that there is a 12 unique item limit to those crates. So you can't even get the full 16 items into the crate that you normally would if it were, say, like a food crate. I'm kind of bummed about that, but at the same time, I got on to, where was I? I shot off to Crook's Hollow as my crew was sailing around, and I found a storage crate, and I started grabbing everything from every single barrel. And I was able to get pretty much everything into that crate, all of the barrels, excluding the cursed cannonballs, because those were all unique and they were taking up 10 full slots out of that crate, and that just wasn't gonna work for me. Well, not 10. I think it was like 7 or 8, but needless to say, it was a lot, and I was really kind of bummed that I couldn't fill up everything that I wanted into it. But at the same time, I was able to loot almost an entire island and stick it into one storage crate. It was ridiculous, to say the least. And I was really happy, because my crew once, well, not my crew, but my friends, once they had turned around after I had found a couple mermaid gems, all we had to do was load up one of the empty treasure chests that I found with the sapphire gems that were from the mermaid statues. We found a couple extra powder kegs and the one storage crate, and we had completely looted the entire island. So it was super easy just using one of those to really maximize the amount of supplies that we got for having just one person run around on an island to actually to get everything on that. And if you haven't found these, or if you have, then you've already experienced it. But if you haven't, keep an eye out for these. They look exactly like your standard crates that you would use for like planks or bananas or fruit or cannonballs, but they're a blue color, and they have an icon on the top that shows like each of the different supply types, and you can stick as many things in there up to 12 unique items. So yeah, you can have 99 cannonballs, you can have 99 planks, you can have 99 bananas and 99 coconuts, and that's only 4. And then all you have to do is just take the crate aboard and start offloading it onto the different barrels that you have. So really, really happy to see that. Outside of that, I've had a good time with the pets. I've enjoyed the way that they've been interacting with me on ships, and I got my creator sales, so that was really nice to see. And I'm kind of looking forward to finishing up my creator stuff, or not the creator stuff. The creator stuff. I want to stream some more to get those as well, and I'm looking forward to getting the rest of my rag and bone commendations finished up. And it's kind of tough because honestly, right now in the Insiders build, there's some crazy stuff going on in there, and it's really exciting. And I've been avoiding most of it until I got on tonight and spent almost an hour there. I don't know. I felt like it was an hour because I was on there for a while, but apparently it wasn't quite an hour. But yeah, man, the update that's coming in October is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm super looking forward to how that changes up the entire dynamic for the game if all the stuff that they have in there is implemented. Obviously, I can't say what was in there. You'll have to go check that out for yourself. And obviously, I can't talk about or I can't speak to whether or not any of that stuff is actually going to be in the next build, because they could take out anything they want. We thought that the arena build that was over at Gamescom was going to be the build that we get in September, and it wasn't. A lot of it was, but there were definitely things in there that we didn't get. So I'm curious to see just how much of this gets sent over to the live client. And yeah, so far very happy with the way that we've been getting this regular cadence of content. At this point, I'm looking forward to another set of Tall Tales that we'll hopefully get by the end of the year. I'm being I'm pulling back on my previous statements about it being in October. I'm thinking, or at least I should say I'm hoping that we'll actually start getting something closer towards November, hopefully not December. But gosh, with all the other stuff that's coming out and playing, it's going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty tough to try and make sure that I get enough time in on the seas, just because there's so many good games coming out this year, and I've definitely been enjoying that. But every night I sit down and I think about what I want to actually play, and I keep catching myself wanting to jump back into Sea of Thieves because I just want to get the rag and bone crates done, or my friends are playing and I want to jump on and get some murder in, and they're really good at murder, so I like tagging along with that. Plus one of the guys is super big on Hunter's Call, so he's like the one that spends the time digging for fish in the shipwrecks that we go by and fishing on the trip. So he's doing the good Lord's work by getting all the fish and whatnot, if you want to put it that way. Meanwhile, the other two are just constantly looking out for ships to go murder. And yeah, I've been loving the content update so much. It's really good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I can't think that we've had a whole lot much to talk. It's kind of a light week. Have you noticed that? There's not a whole lot of news. There was the big kerfuffle about the mishap that happened on stream. We got the Obsidian stuff. TwitchCon's coming up, where people are going to be out there saying hi. Again, if you guys are listening to this and you're out there, make sure you meet up with some of the different content creators and say hi to them on Friday and Saturday. Make sure you get that Midnight Blunderbuss code for myself and yourself. Thank you in advance. And I think we're just going to call it at that. I haven't gotten too many really exceptional stories for First Mate's Log. So yeah. I know what I forgot. I almost forgot. There was last night I was sailing out with the guys that I was just talking about, and I managed to nab a Reaper's chest with a harpoon from a sloop in a galleon. And yeah, God, that was surprising. It was epic. I never thought, like, you guys, you might have actually seen the video out there about the guys that were chasing the sloop and the guy on the harpoon the what was it? I want to say it was a Reaper's chest, but I can't remember anymore. I'm pretty sure it was a Reaper's chest that they snagged out of his sloop with the harpoon. That thing happened to me. I was so excited. I couldn't believe it. I actually managed it. It was totally a blind shot. I didn't intend it at all. But oh God, the feeling of when you're sitting there and you're shooting a sloop and you're like, I just want to get the sloop. I just want to pull it in so we can board it. One of my buddies, Thomas, he'd already jumped on. He'd already detonated a keg, and the last harpoon shot that I got on it, like snagged it out of nowhere and comes flying at us. I grab the Reaper's chest and I dump it over by the other pile of treasure that we had, and it was awesome. It was such an amazing thing to have happen. You never think it's going to be you until it happens. So fingers crossed, with this kind of luck, I'll run into the Shrouded Ghost, and then I'll have that finished up. And then I don't even know how we're going to be able to find the other 4 for the rest of the grades of that commendation. But yeah, if you guys have got something like that, I'd love to know. Let me know. There's so many ways to get in a hold of me. You can always reach me. Send me an email, CaptainLogun@gmail.com. Hit me up on Twitter @CAPT_LOGUN. You can always message me on Xbox @CaptainLogun, CaptainLogun. Join the Discord. Like I mentioned earlier this evening, there are so many different good pirates or different skilled pirates for either arena or for insiders or for the adventure mode. They're constantly working on either getting pirate legend or working on their Athenas or just having a good time getting commendations that you can find just about anyone in your time zone to be able to play with. It's a big mix of just about every time zone in there. I think Australian's the one that we're hurting for the most. I think they're the one time zone that everyone is that we don't have too many people in there from. But then again, I just blame Australia's internet for that, because their internet needs to get better. We need to figure that out, maybe as an experiment later on. Trying to think if there's anything else. Pirates, sign up for Creator Crew if you want to do that. Get your favorite screenshots out there for if you want to show off your pets, or if you want to send me pictures of your pets and what you've named them, feel free to email me or hit me up on Twitter. And I think that's going to do it. This is probably the shortest episode I've had in a really long time, and it's not because it's honestly just because we don't have a whole lot to really chat about. There's not much going on with the content that's out right now. I talked a lot last episode about the stuff that came in the update. If there's something you guys want me to talk about or something that I missed, feel free to let me know with all the ways that I talked about it. I'm definitely going to be trying to get in an additional episode this week. I got my hands on Link's Awakening, and I want to talk about that, as well as some of the games that have come out, if I can get a chance to play some Gears 5, and I know everyone's been playing Borderlands as well too, so look forward to a Keelhauled Shore Leave episode later on this week. If not, business as usual. And with that, Pirates, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Again, thank you so much for spending time with me today. A little bit shorter episode this week. We'll see if we can get in a regular episode, or well, I guess this is a regular episode. We'll get you a full hour's worth of content next week, depending on what happens with TwitchCon. It may be a light week as well. And I think that's going to do it. Pirates, thank you. If you guys can do me a favor, share this with your friends. Try to go onto iTunes and leave me a review, an honest review, whether it be 5-star or not. Let me know how I'm doing with the podcast and anything that you might want, or share a story through there. That's going to do it, Pirates. I love you, and I look forward to sailing with you on the Sea of Thieves.